I notice a lot of the experiences that I'm having are they revolve around the idea of a chessboard. Lately, I've been having experiences where I need to find the right move, or I find a combination of moves, and it puts me in a sort of like a better position, you might say. Like this most recent one experience, uh, I was either playing against or dealing with one of the players at the chessboard who was the actually it was the queen of spiders. That was the her whole idea of her character. She was something like the queen of spiders, and I had to be mindful of that and find like a combination of moves that when I found them, it opened up this portal, like kind of like this white doorway. And it was very interesting. She looked kind of shocked. She kind of threw her hands up when the light started shining. She kind of couldn't stand it, but no, that was the most recent experience I had.
Okay, this is how it comes to you. It comes to everybody in their own particular way. And yes, and you look at chess, it's a literal game. It's a literal minded game invented by literal minds, etc. Because we can invent anything. And it seems to be so here. But it's okay. It's a reference point, and it shows you, again, the whites supposedly versus the blacks. But it's really all about confronting and becoming more aware of how the game is played here. This is one way to look at it. There's many different ways. It's chess or Monopoly or whatever. It's all a big game. And so to step up and get on the board, what you're doing with what you're doing, see, it's in the doing. And this is what the literal mind community doesn't totally get. They're getting a lot of information, passing documents around, especially like the government that controls others. And it looks like they're busy with something, but what are they actually doing? And their presence and their agenda is causing a demise. So we're stepping up, and you might say for the challenge of sharing something that's more beneficial. And it's a challenge because there's resistance, and we have to deal with ourselves too. That's a biggie. There's always resistance there. You don't want to become the know-it-all where you think you know something and you're this or that or whatever. No, no such thing. Then you lock yourself in because it's not that. That is not what life is. And so for us to bring forth this understanding about awareness, and it's not about the mind, but we utilize everything, but it's all about awareness to where eventually the individual can see and be with all life. And that's a big journey. So in the meantime, yes, we're here. That's why we're here. You might say we're doing our duty. We volunteered to come here and do this, but we don't remember that. And once we've gotten here, well, we get mixed up with things, and we've seen this through many things that are happening here, and people and whatever, and it's hard. And so this is why, again, where I was, with Paul, and then there came Darwin, and then Harold and others to show what not to do, because people become confused here. And so just like this lady that, the spider lady, and she doesn't know everything, but this is what the literal mind has been taught to assume, that these authorities, whoever they are, oh, she's the queen of this, she's the queen of Orion, she's the queen of England, she's the president of the United States, whatever. It's like they know everything. And they don't. They really know almost nothing. They only know nonsense for the most part. They need to be educated themselves. So this is where, as you learn to see what's really going on here, the boys, Rebazar and the boys, are looking for those that will step up and actually face it every moment creatively, do whatever it takes to, go through and accomplish something that makes sense here. But who will do this? Again, we've been literalized in school to think that, okay, all I have to do is sit and study, or I read this, or I hear this, or I watch a movie and I got it. It's like that. But basically, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? Where's your intent? The intent is the real awareness. And so this is where we're given many, many hints to figure this out and how to be the doer with all life, which is awareness, to bring that in. And for the most part, fear is the biggest factor. People are afraid. They're afraid to do something besides what their literal mind has been taught. And so the chessboard for you and some others and whatever, this is just another view of how to step up and constantly confront these things, because we're in creation, it all exists here. And so when people complain about they're being attacked or whatever, etc., it's really kind of silly, because you're in creation, you came here to do something. And so now you have the information of what's going on. You decide to utilize it or not, and if you don't, well, it's not going to work for you, and you're just going to be the effect of everything unconsciously, continuously. That's real. That's how real it gets. So the old idea is that the master will protect us and all that stuff. That's cute. That's a given according to what you do, not what you ask for and beg for. That's the old idea. So, just like what Paul had set up, he set up these things as a babysitter. And again, the members are beggars, is what they are. Just like in religion, they're beggars. And then they expect, just like bratty teenagers, that the so-called master or whatever will do everything, take care of them, etc. Well, that's not true at all. That's just like a person living with their family till they're 30 or 40, 50 years old, thinking that their parents are going to keep taking care of them. At what age is it, and there's really no age, are you going to grow up and face it and do your part? Or just hang out and be duh? So, yeah, and you're taking on the challenge, Jeremy, which is cool. And what you're doing, you're stepping up and you're facing them. And they don't like that because they're frustrated with themselves. It's not about the power idea. It's not about the fear and all that. They are frustrated. They're looking for something that will fix them. But they're thinking that it's all about the control through controlling others, because that's their entertainment too. And so we're here to share that, and let them know that no, it's not about that. It's not about destroying everything. It's so like, oh, I'll just destroy everything so nothing bothers me. But then there's nothing left and you're in darkness, because cause and effect is what it is. So as you destroy everything, you become destroyed, you might say. Realistically, no, the awareness is not destroyed, but you live in a destruction that you created. It all catches up. It's very interesting, isn't it? So only those that step up 100% will they be taken care of, and the boys will back you. But if you're just going to just think that you're okay by just singing the NUUU and doing some things, etc., no, it goes in steps. That intent is very, very important. So again, you're facing it because the world is the chessboard. And you're facing these things, like in Kevin's experiences, he's giving the hints also. We're all giving the hints, those that step up and do something, that actually do something. And number one is awareness. That's number one. Cute ideas are cute, but awareness is number one. And when those ideas relate to that, that makes sense. So what I'm doing down here with the community is I'm building a step-by-step process for people to become more aware. That's the focus. That is the intent, not just eating healthy food. That's not the idea. So there's many people out there that are into health and better things and vibrations and all that. Well, that's all cute. But that's basically where they stop most of the time. That's as far as they'll go. So that just implodes upon itself eventually, because this physical realm is imploding. So there's always a bigger picture, and who will see it. Yes, Jeremy, so that's part of it. So yes, thank you for sharing. Yes, thank you for sharing your adventure.